made it to another. You had me on mute.
I did have you on mute.
Hey, we made it to another Friday.
Yeah, we got to get some theme music. So if anyone out there writes music, then
Give us some
a little
theme
jingle.
music.
Yeah, give me a jingle.
So we made it to another Friday.
Yes, yes.
And this week we are coming to you live from Michigan.
Yeah,
again.
back on the road again.
Yes, so we had the privilege of taking the opportunity to go visit a relative who will be 96 in May. So we took this opportunity so that we can get all that wisdom and knowledge and be thankful for him being with us all this time.
That's right. That's right. It's
So-
been a wonderful time.
Yes, so Easter is this Sunday. We're
Yep.
going to spend Easter with our cousin Lorraine and our Uncle Nelson, and we're going to have a wonderful time because that's what memories are all about, and that's what family is all about. Shout out to Vicky.
Vicky. Hey, Vicky. How are you, dear?
Vicky is on with her hubby tonight, so welcome, hubby. And so hopefully everyone can have a comment, tune in. Annette is with us. Hey, Annette.
Hey, Annette.
What's up? All right.
All right.
So we just want to tell you some of the things that are coming up. But right now, we're supposed to have with us Tory and Teri
Smith. Mm-hmm.
And we don't know if they're having financial.
I don't know if they're having financial difficulties
Right.
either. No, technical.
Technical. We don't know if they're having technical difficulties or if there was a slip up in the schedule. We don't know. There's always things going on. People
Right.
always have to be flexible.
Right.
So we just ask you to be flexible. And if they come on, we welcome them. If not, we're going to have the conversation all to ourselves to let you guys know what's coming up, what to expect, and take any questions that you have because we have not given you guys the opportunity to ask us questions. So we don't know what that's going to look like.
I get to put on the spotlight. Come on.
Or we may make you wait to the 100th episode
Yeah.
to help celebrate and
Yes.
to ask us questions then.
Yeah.
So guys, we'll be right back after this. After
This. One of this. Eventually, we'll be back.
See, that's what I talk about them technical difficulties.
It
guys.
is, isn't it? Yeah.
Babe.
Yep. Can't find that at all.
Come on, honey, you gotta take your time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep talking until he found. See, this is what happens when you take your show on the road.
Uh-huh.
Everything is out of. We're not in our studio. Everything is not lined up. But as I said before, we're gonna come back and talk to you right after this. Hey, guys.
It is just totally, it's just different not being in your studio. So you know where everything is. But when you're mobile, it's a little different.
So we have set up our studio in their living room like we did last time. And for you guys who came on late, we are in Michigan visiting our 95 3/4 uncle who will be 96 in May.
Yep.
And we took this opportunity to go visit him. And so we decided to continue our live Friday, even though we're on the road. So, all right. So as we said, our guest tonight is supposed to be Teri and Tory Smith. And we don't know if they're having technical difficulties or if there was a conflict with
In
the
their schedule or
scheduling.
something.
So we're not really sure. So we're just going to continue until
Right.
they come on. But we are going to tell you some of the things that are coming up next week. So for you guys.
Yeah, hold on on that. Here it's coming.
So for you guys who couldn't wait, because even after the show, we got a few messages asking, when will we have the sex toys on?
Yep.
So the sex toys will be next week. We have actually moved it up. And so all of the sex toys will be next week, and the podcast will be Wednesday. And it was
Yes.
a very interesting podcast. But before we get to that, let's talk about this Wednesday's podcast.
Yes.
So this Wednesday's podcast, as I said, was with Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And the unique thing about their story is that she had just gotten out of a relationship, and she went online and she was just noticing some people on Facebook, and she liked a couple of pictures of a young man, and he was like, "Wow, who is this liking my pictures?"
But see, here's the interesting part. She's on the West Coast. He's on the East Coast. So she's doing it late at night, and he's thinking that, oh, someone's checking out my pictures in the middle of the night.
so somebody's into me,
Right.
So he responds back, and Anyway, they made a love connection and ended up getting married 28 days later. So for all of you all out there, right, who are single, who may have been divorced, whatever the situation is, all I want to say is that it's never too late. Never give up. And I say that because I had a conversation with a friend of mine this past week, and she was like, you know what, I'm giving up. I'm sick of the games. I'm just going to commit to my career. I don't think I can, having to being a successful woman and being strong and all of those things, it's just not possible. And I told her, don't ever let me hear her say that again.
That's right.
Because what happens is that if we think that that's what we're going to have, and we attract to us what we are. So if you're getting the wrong men, then adjust yourself. Right. That means that when the right man comes along, he's going to admire the fact that you're a strong, independent woman, that you are successful, that you have your head screwed on right, and all of your morals and standards that come along with you. When you get the right companion, he won't feel threatened by it.
Of course
he will
not.
actually be ecstatic and compliment you as a woman. There's always, as one of our episodes way back with Reverend Sherry said, there's a lid for every pot. Right? And so in order for us to find our lid, we have to know who we are, what we want, and keep that in the forefront of our mind. Do not let what men tell you, men who are not mature enough, right? Who are not emotionally mature will tell you things that make you feel like there's something wrong with you. And it's not. If you are in a relationship with a man or a woman or whomever that is telling you that you are not the right person or something's wrong with you, that's not the relationship for you. We should always look for relationships that complement us, that, a man that is secure in who he is,
of course,
and can still support you.
That's right.
What do you think about that, right? My strongness and my outspoken.
It don't bother me. It don't faze me at all. I'm a real man,
right?
baby.
Don't you appreciate it?
Right. I'm a real man. I ain't got to worry about that.
Exactly.
I can hold my own.
And I appreciate the fact that you're a strong man and you do what you need to do, and I can support you, and he supports me in whatever I want to do.
Right.
So I just want to tell you women, she was not giving up. She went online, they started talking, and they made a love connection, and they realized that this was the perfect person for them, and it didn't take them long to get married. So they got married in 28 days. So if you guys have not listened to this week's episode, Wednesday's episode, that was called, what was the name of it?
Married in 28 days.
Married in 28 days. So, guys, I just want to tell you, God is as instant as we are.
Yeah.
When we are ready, I don't know.
But this is the funny thing. Neither one of them were looking to get married or get into a serious relationship. They just wanted a Christian mate.
And
they wanted to find the right, and they weren't even looking for it at the time.
One of them, right?
Neither, right.
So, like I said, she had just gotten out of a relationship, and she was like, you know what, Lord, tell me, like, come on now, what's going on? Tell me what to do.
Because she was pretty much done with dating at that point anyway.
Exactly.
She had dated too many knuckleheads and everything. So
when we're ready, the right person will show up. When you have made the decision of what you want and you're not going to settle, and you know exactly what it is, it will show up. God is as instant as we are. So if you're not getting, whether that's a mate, whether that's finances, whatever it is, use this time for Lent to cleanse ourselves of the things that we don't want, so that when after Easter, we can bring into our lives the things that we do want, right? So stay on the path. Know that your lid is out there for you.
That's right.
So that was this week's episode. So next week, and the things with Friday Night Live, we try to do that 15, 20 minutes to let you guys know what had went on in the other episode. Jason, do we have any messages?
I got a comment here. Let me answer this for on that. It says, wait, you come on Wednesday also? Can you post the info? Sure. So Wednesday is the actual recording to the actual podcast. So how it goes is we record the podcast offline, and then we publish it on YouTube. And then from there, it goes on YouTube, and it goes to your podcast.
And you can get it on Facebook.
Where you ever get it on wherever you get your podcast delivered. And it's also on Facebook. And then after that, on Wednesday, we come back and do a recap. On Friday, Friday we do the recap. And this is what you see is the recap of the Wednesday's episode. So we kind of talk about it. So if you did not, so
for my people out there who are a little confused.
Right. So let me go back to my, go back here. And then I'll show you where it says the episode. So we have the episode And that's why I put that up there. It's the episode of Married in 28 Days.
So to get that, to just finish, to get that, go to YouTube, go to Loving Beyond the I Do, and you can find all of our podcasts. Right. So the podcasts are pre-recorded. They come out every Wednesday. So you will see a notice to say it's Podcast Wednesday.
Yep.
And so every Wednesday the podcast comes out. And if you do not know how to get a podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes.
It's everywhere. Amazon. You can even ask the little lady in the tube, Alexa. She'll play it for you.
So if you go to your store, if you have an iPhone or Android, if you go to your store, your Google store or your Apple store, you can download the podcast app.
Yep.
And then from there, you just search Loving Beyond the I Do.
Yep.
And then you would subscribe. And then every time an episode comes out, you will be able to, you will be notified and be able to hear it. So Wednesday, because they're usually an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes, those are the podcasts. And then on Friday, after you've listened to the podcast, we come on Friday to give you an opportunity to ask questions, interact with the guests we had on, or if it's just us to ask questions, because sometimes we put things out there and then you may want, sometimes people tell me I'm talking to the episode, but nobody's on there, right? So we come on Friday to do a live with you, to let you know, to answer any questions, to go over any concerns. And so we're trying to make it where you guys can interact with us, because on the podcast itself, we don't interact because it's not live.
Right.
So Friday is our time to interact with our audience, interact with our subscribers, tell us what's going on, let you know what's coming up, and take care of any of your concerns. All right. So I know I saw a message from Kathy Kelly.
Yeah.
What did she say?
Hey, Kathy, how are you?
All right.
You guys too awesome. Yep. Appreciate you so much.
Yes. So again, next week we have moved the episode up 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We moved the sex toys up.
Yes.
And so just to tell you a little bit about the couple that's coming on, she had endometriosis, and sex was not very pleasing for her. So one of their options was to try sex toys. And then they got into the sex toy business.
But they really got into the sex toys.
So now they sell sex toys, and on the episode they talk about not only do they sell any, but they sell the kind that are, that they're made out of the best quality. You're not gonna get anything back, any harmful ingredients. The sex toys themselves or the lubricants, and they're going to actually go through some of the sex toys.
Oh yeah, they're gonna bring some exhibits.
So they're gonna bring some, and they asked us, did we know which ones to bring? So if you guys have any suggestions of what you may want to talk about, so there, there's the dildos, there's just the ones the vibrators that don't look like anything, and so there's different kinds. So if you guys know what you want them to demonstrate or talk about, let us know. And the point is that no one needs to know what goes on in your bedroom. Right. But if you want to spice it up,
right,
and if you want to be an adult, right, and if you want to try new things, or if you want to explore your sexuality with your mate,
right,
then this is your opportunity to come and ask questions. And I know last week we had some homework for you guys. So who actually did the homework? I think Vicky had sent in and said she did some homework. So last week,
she asked her husband.
To ask your husband, what did intimacy mean to them?
Right.
And so we had a lot of stuff going on. So
Vicky, I liked his answer too. That was cool. That was a good answer.
Even though I don't think it was true.
It was partially true.
So Angela said her husband said sex and more sex. And Vanya said her husband probably would have said sex too if she had asked him. So Vanya, I hope you asked him. And Annette, did you get the opportunity to ask your husband or your mate what intimacy meant to him? So
Vicky said yes. Yep.
So we all have a different idea, but we do know that for women, intimacy means a connection. It means being connected, and it's not inside the bedroom. It's outside the bedroom, so that when we get in the bedroom,
it's on and popping.
That connection is already there. Men don't have to sit back and wonder, is tonight the night? Is tonight gonna be my lucky night? He already knows.
And that's it, sex. I know. That's what men. That's where we go.
So, and I don't know who told them that. I don't know.
That's how we wire.
The men's Bible says under intimacy it says sex.
I believe him. I believe it's true. I believe it is true.
What did Vicky say?
Earl said that he said it is true. Yeah, I know it's true. That's what he said.
So in the women's Bible it says intimacy, love,
everything other than sex.
Ice cream.
Yep, other than sex.
Walks, everything other than sex. But
we go straight to the dessert.
Hey, when the dinner is good, then the dessert don't have to worry about
Yep,
it.
yep.
All right.
That's why I
so
always eat my dessert first. So.
enjoy life. So if we're making sure that we're knowing what it's all about,
Yeah, so you guys definitely want to check out that episode. With
and
that
that's
couple,
episode 98, right? And
98.
they talk about a lot because if sex
it's not totally about sex toys, but we
No,
talk
it's
about
not.
their business once they got into it and
and we
why they
talk
got
about-
into
We
it.
talk about her health issues.
But her health issues and
Right.
and how that put a strain on their relationship.
Yeah,
because
just-
she needed him and he was kind of withdrawn. But you guys got to listen to the episode to
because
pick up on
sometimes-
that.
Sometimes as women, when we're having health challenges and we need our men to support us, they don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about that. We talk about how sometimes when we're in pain and the man he feels helpless, he doesn't know what to do to help us, that sometimes they withdraw. They just pull away because it seems like everything they do, it's not what we want. And so the safest thing for them is just to pull away and not do anything. But for women, for us, she felt like he had abandoned her, right? And so
Yeah.
he just really didn't know what to do. But not only that, but she talks about the endometriosis and helping her through that, and not sex just hurting. And sex is supposed to be a pleasurable thing,
Right.
And so just finding new ways together and just exploring that avenue opened up there. And she said it really opened up communication.
Yeah.
So they were able to
So
not
you
only
said,
talk
so you
about
said
it.
sex toys increase their communication.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really did. Sex toys, she said it increased their communication, and it explored it opened it up so much that now they have to communicate because they have to be able to talk about and understand what the other person wants, how it feels. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right to me. This is not the right thing for us. So being able to talk about, so because I know sometimes we want to include sex toys or just other things in the bedroom, and we don't know how to express to our mate that
Right.
doesn't make us
I don't
feel
want
good.
you to view me in a certain light. I don't want you thinking that I'm this
She
type
talked
of way.
about too. She
Yeah.
talked about that too. How
Yeah.
she wanted it.
Right.
She wanted to have some sex toys, but she didn't know how to bring it up because
And then when
of
he
her
did, he
background.
was like, yeah. And she's thinking in the back of her mind, like, yes, I wanted to try that too, but I didn't want to say anything. So,
because of how he would think of
right.
me. Or
But you don't want to give them the whole episode, though. They got
Right.
to check it out
Right.
next
So
week.
next
but
Wednesday
next
on-
Friday, it's going to be on and popping for
Yes.
sure.
So next Friday they come on and they are bringing the sex toys. We will have a link on Wednesday's podcast episode where you can actually purchase some,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe you can ask questions on Friday about the products that you purchased. So, but they talk about a lot, and it's important to understand women's health, right?
sure.
And even men's health,
Right.
Getting even men
And how
who
we
may
actually
have-
fit in that whole dynamics. Because I learned a lot from David about, like, I want to help, but I don't know how to help. If I rubbed her, maybe rubbed her back, and then she was like, that's not doing it. And then he's like, okay, well, then I'll go sit down then because that's not doing it. But she's like, no, you could do other things. You can maybe rub my hair or something like that. But at that particular time, that wasn't where I needed to be touched. So there's things that we just had to learn.
as men and as
Right.
women. I know Nancy made a comment. So Nancy today, let's see what Nancy said
got
up
that.
here. No, I didn't see Nancy's.
Yeah.
No. What did Nancy say?
Amen.
What he what?
He's not the one. Right.
Oh,
He said
about
that.
what we were talking. Okay.
Yeah, he's not the
All
one
right,
when you're saying
that's
get up
right.
and-
That's
right.
right. So I know a lot of single females tune into our show, and we just want to let you know that there is the right lid out there for you.
Oh, yeah, for
There
sure.
is the right lid out there for you.
I do want to talk about, we're going to have a urologist on. Urologist.
Okay, that's coming up.
Yes.
Urologist, not
is-
neurologist, a urologist that
And
talks
it-
about
Men's health. Now,
from
listen.
head to toe.
Yes, it's an excellent book, and I am going to. This is extremely important. Thank you. Let me
What is
find
it?
them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what did that say?
Understanding men's health and deal with the issues that are not comfortable
Yes.
to them.
Yes.
100%. And this doctor is going to break it down. He likes to say he started at 35 to 85. That's his price. That's his price range. That's his age range of dealing with clients. He really hones in on it. It's a phenomenal book. The book is probably 90.
It's 900 pages.
900 pages. He sent the book. We had a good conversation.
So
and I
he
love
will
what
be
he
coming on.
says. Yeah,
Yes,
so he's
so
going to come on, and
He's
I want
talking about strokes. He's talking about
About
heart attacks. He's talking
food,
about
how to have better sex, how to
prostate.
get your stuff in order.
yes,
It is
yes,
it's soup to nuts.
exercise, eating right, all of the things that are important to men's health, but
Yes.
also as women we can look at it and listen to it too. So
Right,
for
so
all
this
those women
time-
out there who are tuning in, this
Yeah.
could be a book
This
that you
you
could
definitely
give your,
need to listen
husband.
to this with your mate. You got to get the fellas to the table,
Right.
right? We don't like to talk about stuff, right? But we're going to come to the table. I'll find out when we can get the doctor to get recorded for the podcast, and I'll keep you up to date on that. But then on Friday, he's willing, he's coming back, and he's going to be here live, and we're going to talk about it.
All right, so we have Earl on. Does Earl have? We have a husband with us this week. Vicky has brought her husband on. So does Earl have anything to say, Vicky? So what is he thinking? He's like, why did she put my name out there? Welcome, Earl. Welcome.
That's funny.
So
we do have a. But let me.
We have so just for you guys to know, our 100th episode will be coming out. So next week is episode number 98, and then it's 99, and then we will have 100th. On our 100th episode, right? On Wednesday, when it comes out Wednesday, we will talk. It will just be Jason and ourselves, and we're going to talk about some issues that are intimate and close to us. But on there, we're going to have something special. So those of you who tune in and respond to it, we will send you a prize. Whether it's we'll surprise you.
Yeah.
So
we'll probably
you.
have a raffle or something.
But on Friday, we will come back and we will answer any questions that you guys have for us. So we try to be as open and as transparent as possible, but we're not telling all our business. But we do, if sometimes people ask us questions offline, and we want to be able to answer your questions as honest and as openly as possible without divulging all of our private stuff. But we will be on that Friday, which is in 2 weeks.
I think it's about 2 weeks.
Wait, next week is 98, then 99. So the third Friday.
Yeah.
The third Friday from today, we're going to come on and answer all of your questions, or any questions that or anything if you want to ask about the episode, or if you have suggestions of future episodes. So we want to take that Friday as an opportunity to communicate with our subscribers, with our listeners, with our viewers, and find out what you want.
Right.
Find out what do you want us to talk about? What is it?
Would you be interested in actually coming on? We'll send the link out, and then you can actually come on, and we'll prep you backstage, and then you can just come right on screen and have a conversation.
So what we're going to do is we're not going to have you typing in. We're going to actually have you live. We're going to be able to hear you like you can hear us. All right. So for all of you guys out there who want to be heard, we're going to have you on in 3 weeks. All right. So is there any other comments, Jason? If not, we do appreciate you guys coming on this Friday.
All I have to do is to put Vicky. This is it, Vicky. All I have to do is put on Sexy Lingerie, and he's willing like smiling like crazy. 100%. 100%.
Vicky, I don't even have to put. I just put on my regular. Come out the shower, put on my regular underwear, right?
I don't need much, babe. Don't need a whole lot.
So, men, I just love them. They're just so easy, right?
Yep,
I wish we could be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. What did she say about Earl?
Earl and I started a marriage. Not sure exactly what that means, but
what does that mean, Vicky?
Yeah, that's what it says.
All right, so I think is there anything else? Oh, so Lorraine. So we're at cousin Lorraine's house.
Yeah.
And I told her I might have her come say hello. Cousin Lorraine.
Yeah, now she don't want to hear it.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, she definitely don't want you to. She's like, no, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to be on there. Like, yeah.
Cousin Lorraine.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
You want to come say hi?
She said she started a marriage ministry at the church. Oh, wonderful. Excellent.
Oh, wonderful.
That's noble work. Listen, I know we over the married couples at our church.
Oh, so also, I'm glad you guys mentioned that. We are going to do a pop-up. So it's going to be a pop-up retreat. It's going to be something small. And we're getting the rest of the details and the rest of our partnerships together. But we're going to bring that to you guys. And unfortunately, it's probably going to be in Chicago. So if not, we'll let you know. But we're going to do a pop-up for those couples who have been asking us to, let's get together, right? People like to get together, vibe off of each other.
Yep.
And that's really important, being around other couples that are doing this marriage thing right. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody has all the answers, but being around other people who are at least putting in the effort, the time, the energy to make it right, to love each other, to commit to one another, to find out how we can make this better. How can we take our relationship from being okay to being awesome? So we're going to do a pop-up retreat with you guys. What? So I think they talk. So that's what happens when you have your studio outside. All right, guys. So is there any other questions for us? So what did Angela say?
Whether it be sex toys at the pop up.
Pop up. So you know what, guys? This is going to be a really awesome pop up because I am looking to do things that typical. Real quick, it's going to be a pop-up retreat, like just a mini retreat, and it's going to be able for us to reconnect with our mate.
Right.
Seriously, we're looking to reconnect, and we probably will have some sex toys on site for people to purchase. But next week, you can find the link to purchase the sex toys. We will have books there. We'll have the men's health. We'll have,
and we also worked out a special discount too. To our listeners, so you'll have a special link to actually purchase them, and then
the
at
sex
a discount
toys next week.
Yep.
So next week we and I can't remember what the code. What was the code we wanted to?
No, they just set up a whole complete link.
Yeah, the code. It was a code that they have to put in.
No, they took the code away and just
And
gave us
a link.
Just sent us a link.
So we have to all of our viewers. We have the link on our podcast. We're going to put the link out there on our Love and Beyond the I Do, so that if you guys are interested in buying any of the sex toys, they have given all of our viewers a special discount. So you get a discount off the regular pricing. Okay. So I think there was another comment, but so this is going to be because we've been locked in COVID, and unfortunately during a lot of marriages did not survive COVID.
Right.
You know, because things were found out that people just didn't know, or we found out who we really were with, or we found out that we didn't know who we were with. So let's spend this opportunity together. We're going to do some pop-ups in different states, but we're probably going to start in Chicago to make sure it goes right. And we want all of you guys to think about it. And we're going to try to make it as inexpensive as possible, but it's going to be a phenomenal time together.
That's right. We're going to grow. We're going to learn how to love on each other. We're going to learn something from each and every one of
So be prepared.
Participants.
It's not, you're not going to know what's going to, you cannot imagine what's going to come up.
Yeah, so we've been planning this. So we're still in the early stages right now, but we're trying to get everything together. So if you can, I mean, you can email us. Our email is info@legendaryrelationship.com. You can email us with any, things that you would like to cover or things that you'd be interested in, so we can make sure that we can cover it.
Yeah, or just if
topics too, or topics and issues that you may want us to cover on the podcast, or even on a Friday night, we'll be open to that as well.
All right. So, and if you guys are not on our email list, because we're going to be communicating via email. So if you're not on our email list, you can go to our website, legendaryrelationship.com, and there is a questionnaire on there. You can either
questionnaire or the quiz.
The questionnaire or quiz. Or there is the freebie on there, the bedroom secret still on there?
It is not. We replaced it with the quiz. So if you take the quiz and then
if you
put in your email.
Yep. Right. So put in your email, take the quiz, and that way you'll be on our email list, and then we will be able to send out the information to you regarding the pop-up. So it's going to be coming in the next couple of months. As soon as we get more and more details and wrapping them up and making sure everything is in alignment, then we will let you guys know. But I think so.
Oh, I'm trying to share. I'm going to try something. Now, I'm not in my studio, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to try this. So let's see.
That's what happens when you're not in your studio. We don't know if we can share.
Okay, so so I'm going to pop out here to here. So I'm going to share the. All right, so everybody should be able to see that. So yeah, this is the Legendary Relationship YouTube page, and this is where all of our Friday nights and stuff are. So if you haven't, please go here and subscribe to there. And also here is the Love and Beyond the I Do podcast YouTube page. So I'll just click on that, and then now you can see all of our
go up under videos, and it'll show them all.
Yeah, so you can go to the videos and they'll show them all. But yeah, so we can list them all out here.
Or it shows you all of
them. And these are all the episodes, because everything is recorded on one audio, two on video. So this is where you get it. And if you haven't, please subscribe. So we greatly appreciate that. So we can get this pushed out to more and more people, and it can show up in the algorithm for YouTube and shows up in suggested videos. So get your friends to like it as well. We really appreciate you doing that. So
hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then we make sure you get on our email list so we can let you know what's coming up. We had some comments. What did Angela say?
No, we got all this.
No. Oh, the sex toys, and then Vicky said great.
Yep.
And then what was that?
That's it.
No. Vicky said loving what? Loving
looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, looking forward. Okay.
I already put it up, babe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess
Yeah,
I talked
got
too
you.
much.
Yeah, I
All
got you
right, guys.
covered.
So is there anything else? Does anyone have any questions for tonight? We don't know what happened to our guests. We thank them. We bless them. Unfortunately, these things happen. People get scheduling confusions or tie-ups or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to next week. Our guests are eager and ready. We want
They are.
everyone to make sure you spread the word. So not only are they going to educate us about sex toys, but they're also going to educate us about women's health, endometriosis, dealing with it, things that are uncomfortable, communicating with your spouse, how it has brought them closer together,
Yeah.
and so many other things.
Yeah,
So many,
you get a lot from that episode. You're gonna get a
because
lot.
communication is important, and it's not just about sex. Communication is important because if I'm not feeling like my spouse is into me and I'm not being actually able to communicate that effectively, then we just draw further and further apart. And we talked about that as well. When your husband withdraws and then, you want to withdraw, and the things that we need to stop doing and the things that we need to do more of. So I think that is it. Is there anything else,
I
Jason?
want to just say one thing about the website here. So here's the website. You can take the quiz here or here. Jump on the list, and then from there you can then you'll go ahead and get on the list, and we'll send out regular updates to kind of a lot of things that's going on.
And there's different things on the website. We have some post on there that if you want some blogs, and it talks about how touch is important. It talks about several different things. So if you guys want some good reads, go out there and look at that. Our website gives you several different opportunities. We also have the books that if you want to understand marriage and you want to do the love languages, if you want to can you go to the books page? Okay, so these are the books of all the guests that have been on our podcast. Let's see.
It'll come up eventually.
Yeah, this is what does that say at the top?
This is just
we are in an area that is really bad.
Internet is real sketchy.
So on there we
sketchy.
have the books for relationships. We have the books for self-love. So we have why'd you click off of it?
Because I'll just go over here, babe.
Okay. So we have all of the books that from our guests, but we also have extra books that we have read that have helped us out. All right, so I think that is it. We don't want to take up too much of your time on this Friday, but we truly enjoy you guys coming on. There's also, if people are having a hard time communicating and not knowing how to communicate, there's also a card game on there that one of our guests created, her and her husband, to get the conversation starting, right? So we want to be able to break down those barriers. What is preventing us from communicating effectively? How can we get around that? So there's plenty of good reads, plenty of games. We also talk about if you have young children and being secure in their body so that when they grow up and get older, they'll have good relationships. We have that one. It's called the birthday suit. And it's for if you have young kids. And it talks about our body at age appropriateness from birth all the way up to 18. So there's plenty of references out there for all different areas. We talk about blended families. For those of you who are out there, maybe in a blended family, maybe maybe not even married yet, right? And you don't know how to blend. The book is called Blended to Perfection. Yeah. And they really tackled how to do that, right? How to tackle the other mom or the other dad, how to tackle
how to having each other's back.
Having different kids and being able to make sure that everyone feels welcome and incorporated and important in that relationship. Not my kids or your kids, but our kids. So it's a lot of good information out there on our website. Take the time to go and explore it. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach us at info@legendaryrelationship.com.
Also, Vicky, can you clarify your comment? I didn't get that. Yes, the dignity. Still a great session. The guest didn't attend, but it's still a great session. Oh, okay. You're saying that, the guest didn't attend, but it's still a great session. Thank you very much.
Vicky,
we try to bring a lot of value to everything that we do and all the information. So we have plenty to talk about because we got a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of things that we want to accomplish. We're in the middle of writing a book and a course. So we have plenty of content and stuff.
The purpose of this really is it's to help marriages succeed. Too often we get married and we don't know what to do. and we don't know where to turn. And we turn to those people who are closest to us, but if they're not having good relationships, they can't help us.
Right.
So instead of turning to each other and complaining, let's get some things out there that can help marriages survive. So that's what we do. We try to go out and get talent, people who are doing it right, or
Yep.
have tools that can do it right, or have something that we can substantially help us in our relationship, whether it's self-development, whether it's couples,
Right.
whatever it is.
Someone's going to have something to bring to the audience.
Right.
I mean, I get pitched all the time now for talents to come on and be on our podcast. So when I sit down, and because I normally do the one-on-one interviews, and when I sit down and talk to them, I said, listen, for one, you have to be able to give my audience something. All right, we're just not on here just talking about stuff. It's got to be something tangible to be able to walk away with something to help them, because someone's either going through something or just coming out of something. Either way, they in something.
Right.
Right.
And so, but we won't know what you need unless you guys communicate that.
Yeah.
With
So
us.
you could just, drop us a line. I mean, we're always on social media, Instagram, Facebook.
Absolutely.
You know what? We don't do a good job of promoting our Facebook group, which is Marriage Boss.
So we're going to get more into that.
Yeah, we have to resurrect that, because we're gonna continue this conversation in the Facebook group.
Yes, and be able to talk a little bit more personal and in depth about issues in our marriage instead of broadcasting them.
Oh, we got another episode coming up too. A young lady wrote a book about how to be a better wife, how to get him and keep him.
Oh yes.
All
yes.
biblical verses. Oh yes,
So that's coming up.
Oh, we haven't recorded yet. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So we haven't recorded it yet, but phenomenal woman. So you guys stay tuned. We have some things coming up, and if it's something going on in your marriage, we are 100% confidential. So if there's something going on and you want us to cover it because maybe you don't know what to do or you're stuck, right? So we are there for you. We've had ministers on, we've had single women, we've had moms, everybody. We're here to talk about the things that nobody talks about, right? We are trying to be we're trying to get the knowledge out.
Right.
We're just
ripping the Band-Aid off of it, because a lot of people are not going to talk about a lot of this stuff. I mean, like,
things that
one, we're not going to talk about sex toys. We're not going to talk about, we're not really communicating with our spouse. We got issues, but we're going to talk to our buddies, and that ain't helping.
The thing is that we are two different people, and we constantly change. And in order for a marriage to work, we have to make sure that we're on the same page, moving in the same direction. And sometimes that's not easy, especially with outside interference. So we're trying to really dig deep, get the real core issues, talk about stuff that our parents didn't talk about, our neighbors didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Lots of things that we just don't know. It's not that we know and we're not doing it. Some things we just don't know.
Right.
And if you don't know, you can't do it. So we're just really trying to make it real, really trying to navigate, really trying to help marriages survive. And so we're going to bring back the institution of marriage at the way it should be, because I know this younger generation, they're like, what's the point? But it's a whole point. It really is. It's nothing more wonderful and beautiful than having a companion to share your every deepest desires, your dreams, your aspirations.
Yes.
To have somebody with you, plowing the field, right? It's just a wonderful experience.
It is. And just building a family and helping the kids grow, and then you get the grandkids. It's just wonderful. I mean, it's nothing like it. When you're really into it, you got to learn how to be into it, especially for men. It's a lot of work to be a man. It's a lot of work to be a real man and to be a husband. So,
Well, I wouldn't know because I'm not a man.
Exactly. I know. But
I
we could talk to the men
But
out
I
there.
guess he doesn't realize it's a lot of work to be a woman too.
Oh, I know that, because you always tell us. But what I'm saying is, we don't always say that part out loud. So yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad Earl had a good time listening to it, Vicky. We appreciate it.
All right,
we like the support.
Yes.
So it's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of different things that's coming up. We got a lot of interesting guests coming on.
And my shirt says it all: progress over perfection. Our marriage is not going to be perfect, but as long as we're making progression, it's the little things that count, right? It's the little things. And we don't have to pretend, and we don't have to put on a front.
Right.
We can genuinely be happy and secure in our relationships.
So look, I hope to hear from you. Definitely drop us a line. Either you can just DM us on social media. We're always on there. If you have any questions, or if you're just like, hey, I was just thinking about it, why don't you guys talk about this? Or can you have a guest for this? Because we have a backlog of people that's trying to get on.
Yes.
But I'm like, it has to be a need for my audience. If I'm not just going to grab anybody.
It has to be some valuable information.
Right.
So, again, you guys reach out to us. Let us know. We are looking forward to our 100th episode. Also, we would like to celebrate. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. We're approaching our 8,000 downloads, and we are so grateful. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. It's the little things. It's the blessing because, this is a need that God spoke to us about. So hopefully we're doing justice to it. All right.
Yeah, there you go. Earl was the one that started the marriage ministry. Excellent at the church.
All right.
And also excited because all the things that he had tried and talked about, they were not received. I understand. I mean, like everybody's up there. It's up there. Everybody can read it.
Everybody can read it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. They don't need me to read it because I'm reading it. Yeah, right. Which is true. Yeah. But I'm just want to reply back exactly. But you know what? You have to put it out there, right? It's for the people. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. Everybody's not gonna see it. I can walk in a room and something can be going on and something can go right over my head because I'm just not in that consciousness, right? But then there's something that I walk into and go, man, did you pay attention to this? Did you see it? I'm like, no, I didn't see that. I didn't catch it.
Earlier, when
right? Because if it's not
ready,
for
the teacher will appear.
Right? Because if it's not for you, you're not going to get it, even if it's standing right in front of you.
So let's, if we know married couples or engaged couples or couples, period, that are looking to do marriage right, looking to be on the right track, looking to find out information because nobody talks about this thing. Mm-hmm. So if we have some couples out there that are thinking about getting married, and you want to make sure that you have some good things a good foundation.
You do need a good foundation.
Let them know. Tune in to Love and Beyond the I Do, and hopefully we can be,
and then come check out
vehicle that you need.
And then come check out Legendary Relationship on YouTube as well. We appreciate the Facebook, but we do try to get subscribers up on YouTube on Legendary Relationship as well. So give us some love over there. Also, if you could do us a favor and share the post out when we post it, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes,
because we just want to share.
Right,
we just want to share some of this information, and you just never know who you might bless in doing so. Because everybody's, like I said, everybody's going through something, right? Either through it or on the other side of it. But either way, it's in something.
All right, so I think that wraps up this Friday. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next Friday. Spread the word because there's some people who think about it but don't talk about it or want to know about it and haven't done it. So just spread, like, and share. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
again,
it's going to be classy now. We're going to be talking about sex toys, but it's going to be classy.
And then check us out for the next couple of Fridays, but make sure you're
Before that, baby. What? Did we say we were going to let people come on?
Yeah, for the Friday Night Live.
For which one?
For the 100th episode.
For the 100th episode. So you got time to get your hair done, ladies, and look real nice. But yeah, we'll send out a link during the live, and then you could just jump on.
And we take all the comments. We're going to get to everyone who wants to come on, whether it's you want your mate, you want a friend. We're going to get to every single person, doesn't matter how long. So we want to be able to address every issue, every concern, everything, anything that you want to say. We want to see it and hear it, and we thank you. All right, so the 100th episode.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Now, that's on a Friday after we record it on Wednesday. Okay.
All right, so I think that's it. Thank you so much. We love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful Easter. Yes. And just remember, marriages are made, right?
That's
They're made.
Right.
They don't just happen.
100%.
We need maintenance. We need regular tune-ups. We need oil changes, and we need to sometimes pull in and get the tires changed.
That's right.
Not our maid, just the tires. Just the tires.
That's where you get them regular health checkups at.
All right. So, all right. God bless.
God bless, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate it. Till next week. Remember, check out the podcast every Wednesday. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.